The house that we're showing you today is the epitome of why we're seeing so many people move here to the Houston area. We're right here inside of one of the best luxury acreage communities. In fact, this new model home sits on a 1.5 acre lot, and there is so much space. But what's inside of this home is really what's special. See, this is Harrisburg Homes, and they're a luxury custom builder that's building here in the Montgomery area. We're right here in Montgomery, in between Montgomery and Magnolia, and there is so much growth taking place here. And there's an opportunity to build a fully custom home like the one you see behind me here, starting just over $1 million on 1.5 acre lots with these gorgeous trees. And we're not out here in the middle of nowhere. In fact, there is so much development taking place just outside the gates of this neighborhood. We're talking brand new commercial shopping centers, A-rated, fantastic schools, but you're still getting plenty of space, and you can put your custom stamp on this home because this is a fully custom builder. And this model home only shows a glimpse of what they're actually capable of. And as soon as we get you in the backyard, you're gonna see one of the craziest back patios that we have ever seen. And we've got something really special for you today. If you stick around towards the end, we're gonna be telling you about a special opportunity with this builder that nobody else has the ability to give to you. So let's go check out this model home. Now, when I say that this is the epitome of why people are moving to Texas, that's a bold claim, but I need to back it up, and there's no better way to back it up than to actually show you immediately inside of this house. See, this house is massive. Right when you come in, you've got the great room, and there are a lot of bells and whistles in this home. At the end, we're gonna walk you through exactly what this home would cost to build. Now, you don't have to go as crazy as they went in here. Once again, this is a showcase home, but you can, and there's some cool stuff you're gonna want to see. The first thing I notice when I come in is that this is the heart of the home. You've got this grand living room, you've got cathedral ceilings, and guys, these are over 20 feet tall. It is huge. And get this is actually a huge one-story floor plan. So this one sits right at 4,100 square feet, and I'm really curious where you're watching this from. I mean, we just had some family in town, and they spent over $3 million for 1,700 square feet in San Francisco. So you're gonna be blown away when we tell you exactly what this home costs. And so this is gonna be your main living room. And one thing, as we go through homes, I'm always making notes of what builders are doing and what they're trying to show off. And the first thing that caught my eye when we came in here was I'm used to seeing big slider doors across the back of the house, which is nice. They bring in a bunch of natural light, and they really open up that indoor-outdoor living. But what they did here instead is they wanted to open up even more, and so they did just a full wall panel of seamless glass, which I think is really cool. And then you still have that slider, obviously, over here, which goes to the patio we're gonna show you in a little bit, that is huge. But check this mantle out. Check out the wrapped fireplace. You've got the nice trim work going on. And this is a really good sized living area. And a lot of builders are going with this kind of open concept these days, and I love it. My house is this exact setup here in the living room. You've got the living room with the informal dining room, and then you've got the kitchen right off over this direction. And thank God, they have a real gas fireplace here. They've been putting in these electric fireplaces in a lot of these homes, and they're cool, but nothing is better than a really nice, I guess, faux log gas fireplace. It does get cold here occasionally, and when it does, you're gonna want that. I also really like the sconces they put on the wall, and then you've got these cool built-ins on each side, store those family games. Now over here, this is gonna be really the informal dining area. But what I love is that it's just connected, right? It's not way off at the front of the house. You don't have to hike and lug a bunch of stuff over there. You're a lot more likely to use it if it's right here in the middle of the house. So obviously this counter can accommodate 3 bar stools comfortably. I think you'd be cramming 4 in here. But a couple features that I love the waterfall edge that they do here, where they take this nice stone all the way down to the floor. But what's also great is the storage. And so you've got the cabinets under here, so you can do built-in storage up underneath this kitchen island. Now, there are a couple things. They took the countertops up as the backsplashes too. Really cool feature, and it's all about those little details. And you've got so many options when it's custom. I think that's the main thing I wanna harp on here. One thing that Harrisburg Homes does that's different than a lot of these other builders is that they're building a home for you. They have no agenda other than asking you the right questions and combining that with their expertise to build you the ultimate home. And you don't need to know exactly what you want. What they say is that you really just need to know yourself. They'll do the rest. They're the pros at building the house. And so as long as you answer their questions honestly and you're true to what you and your family need, they're gonna build the perfect home from you from scratch. And here's the cool part. They actually don't charge anything to draw your house. So it's a free consultation. It just makes it so seamless and so easy. And so when you do call us, the first thing we're gonna do is connect you with them, and then they're gonna draw a house for you. And in a week or two, you're gonna have plans back and you're gonna get to decide if it's perfect for you and your family. And so this is obviously a model that they drew, and it's got some cool features, but you can do anything that you want. Now, we're here in the kitchen. A couple things to point out. They have real wood floors. I have these in my home. I love real wood floors. Now, when I say real hardwood floors, there is a difference between hardwood and engineered. Most of the time, you're gonna see an engineered product, which is real wood, but it's been compressed, it's got some plywood under it, it's more durable, it's more water resistant, so it's got a lot of good features. Now, they upgraded for the cafe appliances. These are sweet. I am gonna rate their fridge. They don't have too many goodies in here. I'm gonna give it a 5. They could definitely throw in some LaCroix for us, Keith. But they did take the cabinets up all the way, and then you can see that they've got the beams going across, which I just think is so pretty. And I like the symmetry in here because you've got the fireplace over on that side going all the way up to the peak of the cathedral, but then you've got this vent hood going all the way up too. And you've got this kind of, I don't know if it's herringbone if you don't see the full pattern, but you've got like a herringbone shiplap going all the way up that's painted black. Now, one thing that would be really easy to skip over in here is I was like, where is the pantry? And then I realized, oh man, this thing's gotta be really tiny, right? Well, that is not the case. This thing totally fooled me when we saw this house for the first time. It is massive, and how cool is it that it's hidden, but it's right here inside of the kitchen. You've got so much room. These go all the way up. These are 9-foot ceilings, and you would need a ladder to be able to store all of your stuff, but there are so many goodies they packed in here. Now, I've told you on our channel, I'm usually not a fan of the microwave that's not eye level, but I do like, if you're gonna do it low, put it behind a closed door so the kids aren't playing with it. It's tucked away, it's hidden back here. It's also plumbed for a sink, so you could use this as like a little bit of a prep kitchen. Obviously, it's not a spice kitchen because you can't cook in here. This is the pantry, but it's got some cool little amenities. I love the ice maker. Having that extra ice for parties is really great. And then check this out, you got a little Harry Potter closet. So we'll call it a half bedroom under here. Now, one thing that you would miss that's hiding in, we gotta work on that. There we go. It's a user error, not the builder. One thing that's hiding in plain sight that you would never notice is on the back side of the wall is the garage. And check this little cubby out. They actually have a little trap door in here, and you can load your groceries into the pantry directly from the garage. So I just thought that was a cool little touch point. And it's all these little things when you sit down and meet with them as a builder that they're gonna draw out of you by asking the right questions. They're gonna figure out what your needs are. And like I said, it's completely custom. So if you think of it, they're gonna be able to build it. Now, as we come back over here into the kitchen, you just close that up, pretend it's not even there, and then you've got your cooktop. I love that the cabinets go up nice and high. You got plenty of storage here in this kitchen, and you've got the two-tone. So you've got the black, you've got the white, and they're kind of tying it all together with these nice bronze pull tabs, and same kind of matching thing on these cafe appliances. Now, this is a really nice cooktop. This is a 6-burner cafe gas cooktop, and it wouldn't be complete without the pot filler. If you don't know what these are, be careful. Don't turn the knobs without a pot there. But this is instant water over here, so you don't have to carry the pots back and forth. And then one thing that I thought was super unique is I'm used to seeing a sink right here in the island. Let me know in the comments if that's where you would like it. It seems very natural to have a sink right here, but instead what they decided to do was leave this nice and open for hosting, for platters, just nice counter space to prep food, and then you can go right on over there to the kitchen sink. But before we do, I also want to point out, look at the cabinetry. These are custom cabinets. I believe that these are built on site. I might want to fact check that, but these are really high end. But I love drawers. Drawers are just so important. They can store so much extra stuff as opposed to just shoving everything in cabinets. And then check out these little goodies. You've got one on each side. You've got your spice rack, but this one I thought was super cool. You actually have room for your pans. You can just slide them in right next to the oven instead of storing them underneath like most people do. So tons of drawers, lots and lots of drawers, and then even more counter space over here. But here is why I think they put the sink over here, is because you got great views out of the backyard. And I don't know if it comes through on camera, but you've got a gorgeous view not only of this huge patio, but of the trees. And that's what people love out here, is the privacy. Not only do you get privacy on 1.5 acres, but you also have privacy because you got trees blocking the view from a lot of your neighbors. And this is a really nice, deep, non-divider farmhouse sink. And let me see here. Okay, I was just double checking, making sure there wasn't a second dishwasher. There's not, but the dishwasher is located right over here next to the sink. Now, this is also really cool. a handy dandy paper towel roll tucked in. I like it. Tell me your thoughts. First, whenever I saw it, I thought it was just shoved in there, but it's actually the roll, which I just think is super unique. Now, there is so much more to cover in this house. One question that we get a lot is whether or not we have basements here in Texas, and the answer is no. And the best answer I've been given that I relay to our clients is it's because of our water table. Our groundwater is pretty close to the surface, and so you could actually get water in your basements here in Texas. But we do have a little thing called a Texas basement. So you're probably expecting to go downstairs, but here in Texas, what we do is we actually go upstairs. So when you're custom building a home, you're gonna have the opportunity to do an unfinished attic space called a Texas basement. And what you'll notice is you actually have all this insulation in here. What's really cool about this is not only is it a great place to store your goodies, but after you've closed on your home and after the appraisal district has come out and looked at your home and put down the square footage for being taxed on, you can actually come back and finish out that room and have a larger home but not be paying the full taxes on it. So we're gonna circle back to the patio. It's one of the coolest things in this home, but this is the door to the garage, and I just wanna show you, this is what's going to connect through back over to that cubby hole into the pantry so that you can just unload your groceries. A lot of the people here are building 3-4 car garages, and then you've got the opportunity as well to build a huge metal shop in your backyard to store a ton of cars. We're actually gonna skip over this, and you're gonna see why here in a second. So as you come down this hallway, we still have the wood floors, and then voila, it comes into this nice cathedral ceiling. This is the master bedroom. And this home is lightly staged, it's not fully staged, but this is a huge king size bed, and there is so much room in this bedroom. It's good that we're flipping around here, but these windows bring in so much natural light. They did something I hadn't seen in any model home before by opening it up and kind of kicking it up, and giving even more window space to bring in the light. And I love the finish work on this. Most model homes and master plan communities, you will find that what you see is what you get as long as you're willing to pay for it. So they'll get designers in here and they'll be able to do these finishing touches. You can actually work with the designer throughout the entire process, because let's be honest, everyone thinks they're a good designer, but I have seen a lot of clients spend $2, $3, $4 million, and it's the first home that they've ever built. And to be completely honest, they don't know what they're doing. So having that designer every step of the way is gonna really help you out. Now, talk about wow factor. This is a huge bathroom. In fact, it's kind of even echoey, it's so big. But the first thing I notice when I come in here, and it's not only the space, but you got a black bathtub. I mean, this is my style. I'm pretty simple. You probably noticed it with the clothing, but I love the black and white, and to have a black bathtub, I think this thing is sweet. And then you've got the 2 doors. Notice it makes 0 noise. These are actually high quality steel doors. They're not the cheap stuff. And then you come through and you just walk on over here. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't played with this. I'm scared to, because I'm pretty sure the water will kick on. Don't catch me lying. This isn't a steam shower, but this is a pretty cool shower. It's got the waterfall up here. You can click the little buttons and it's fully enclosed, which is so cool. And you have windows, so check that out. You might wanna get a little privacy curtain in there unless you wanna get extra friendly with the neighbors. As you flip around over here, you've got your closet. And what I really like is the closets here have been built out. They're not left bare bones. They're pretty custom. You've got the different color carpets coming in here. You've got cool patterns on them, but I love the built-ins. To just have the built-in dresser day one is so nice. You don't have to worry about furniture shopping. And then check these guys out. So you can just pull these drop downs. They're spring loaded, so be careful. But you can just hang your clothes and then you can just lift them right back up. Nice. So plenty of storage for maybe people that aren't 6'5", you can just grab that handle right there. And fully built out. I also too, I like the metal rods. A lot of times they'll stain the wood rods, and that's fine, but I don't know, I feel like the black metal is pretty cohesive. Now, my first thought when I came in here is, you know, for a big custom home, I was hoping for a bigger closet, but guess what? This is only one of the 2 closets here in the master bathroom. So that is plenty of space for one person. And then you come right this way, you've got your toilet room over here, and then this closet's even cooler. So they did the his and the hers. You got the Mary Kay pink. So my grandmother used to drive a pink Mary Kay Cadillac. Don't ask why, she didn't work for Mary Kay, she just liked it. But then you've got the vanity over here, which is really, really unique. You've got the lights glowing all the way around, so you can make sure you look good before you leave the house. And then you even have the dress height rack over here, which is a nice touch. And you got a chandelier here in the closet. But The reason we held off earlier is because I love this in floor plan designs. If I was to build a new home, I would 100% do this. We have this in our house, but it's so convenient to connect the laundry room to your bathroom with the closets. Whether you go to the gym, you come home sweaty, you shower off, you just throw your clothes in here, and as soon as they're done, you can just hang them up. And check out the color patterns that they went with. The green's my favorite color. I'm rocking the green on the watch. It starts down here on the floor with that green, black, white. I love the tile. And then it goes all the way up with the subway tile. But come over here, check this out. A lot of standard features in here that you would expect in this price point of home, but this is pretty cool. You actually have a dog washing station. So you don't have to bend over in a bathtub. It's full size height. This is obviously very niche, very custom, but for you pet lovers, this is just one more example of what Harrisburg can do for you. And then down here, this is super cool. So they actually retrofitted a pot filler for the pots for your dog's food. So that is super unique. I have never seen that before. In fact, I'm tempted to just open up every cabinet at this point because they just keep rolling out the goodies. They did a really great job on this half bath. I think it's really cool with the wallpaper. We're seeing wallpaper come back in. It really does add that statement piece, especially when guests come over. That's gonna be where they use the restroom, and it's a good way to just kind of convey some personality in the house to your guests. Then you've got a nice little storage place. This is your landing area off of the garage, your kind of staging area. And I really like the connectivity between the laundry room and the garage. Now, when you come back into the main living area of the house, I think you're tempted to immediately go outside. But before we do that, we really need to tell you exactly where we are today, because as I mentioned, we're right in between Montgomery and Magnolia. And for those that don't live here, it can be confusing, but don't fear, we've got you covered. So we are in High Meadow Estates, which is only one of the many amazing luxury acreage communities out here in this whole Montgomery and Magnolia area. And if you're not too familiar with this area, this is where people have always gone to get more space. They offer 1 acre to 2 acre lots, not only in this neighborhood, but in a lot of the surrounding communities. And these are higher price points. This is a classy area. And historically, you were kind of out here in the middle of nowhere, and you'd have to drive back into Conroe or into Tomball to get your groceries and a lot of your other things. But that has completely changed. In fact, now within just a quick 5-minute drive outside of the neighborhood, you can be at your closest brand new grocery stores. They've got shopping centers popping up everywhere. And it finally has arrived. I waited my entire life for Montgomery and Magnolia to get all of really the food and the shopping experience that I thought that they deserved, that they just didn't have. And now that all is taking place here. In fact, right down the street in Montgomery, they're finally getting a Home Depot and a lot of really cool restaurants, which I don't know about you, but if you get a Home Depot, that means that you have made it. You're also just a few minutes away from Lake Conroe. You're about 15 minutes. And that is our 20,000 acre recreation lake here in the Houston area. It is Houston's playground. And what's so great about owning a larger lot like this, which we'll show you here in a second in the backyard, is you got place to keep a boat. So if you do want a boat and you want to go out on the weekends when it's nice and hot out and you want to cool off, that's going to be an option, and it's just right down the road. You also have downtown Montgomery, which is a really cute option, and it's got that nice historic feel. Downtown Montgomery is actually the birthplace of the Texas flag. So there's some rich history here, and there's a lot of pride that comes with living in this town. Now, when it comes to schools, what's really interesting about this specific community is while it's got a Montgomery address, you actually go to Magnolia ISD. And so if you build in High Meadow Estates, you're gonna go to one of the better high schools around. You're gonna go to Magnolia High School. So people love the schools. Obviously, do your own research, talk to people that have kids that go there, or you can log on to the internet and go to niche.com and look up school ratings. But overall, we have had a lot of great feedback from our clients that have chosen to build out here in this area. And I think it's just getting started. There's so much growth out here in Montgomery and Magnolia. You're gonna see it continue to grow. Right along the frontage road at the entrance of this community, you have tons of new developments. In fact, Johnson, who's a big developer that developed my neighborhood, Grand Central Park, is developing a 3,000 acre master plan community directly across the street, which just goes to show that the future is now. The path of progress is right here where they're building these amazing homes. And in the future, something like this, 1.5 acres in the spot where it's happening the most, is going to be a hidden gem. So you're gonna absolutely love the decision you make if you do decide that this is the right fit for you and your family. Now, it's not just about the inside of the home. When you come out here to Magnolia and to Montgomery, you really want more space, and that's exactly what you get here. And Holy smokes, this is one of the biggest outdoor covered areas that we've seen in any of the homes that we have featured. I don't even know where to start. So this is that wall of glass from that living room. If I were to build this house, I do have to say, I probably would go for sliders. I just like being able to open up the house. Now we're filming this right at the beginning of July. It is hot. You would definitely keep this closed, so I get why they did that. But for the few months a year when it's really, really nice outside, I would like to have that open up. You got a cool fireplace over here, so it's not staged with furniture, but you could essentially have an outdoor living room here. And one thing that I really think is so cool about having this much space, and you can see it right over here at the neighbor's property, is you have the ability to build a metal shop. And that's no joke, guys. That is not a small shop. That's probably 30 by 60 feet. It's about 16 to 18 feet tall. It's got a full-size garage door, so you can park a motorhome in there, boats, RVs, or just have a really cool party pad out near your pool. So that's gonna be an option for you. And as you can see, they only grassed up to about 40, 50 feet off the back of this house, but this lot goes way back into those woods. So you've got established trees on your actual lot. And one of the things that I think is most appealing about this northwest side of Houston that you're not gonna see in a lot of the other parts are gonna be these pine trees. And these are pretty tall, but these aren't even that old. You've got some pine trees out here in this area that are 80, 100 years old, and they are absolutely massive. Kind of like this patio. Now look up. What's really cool is they've got another cathedral ceiling with an exposed cedar shiplap. Got a big old fan, and then I love the brick that they chose on the exterior of this house. Now over here, I don't know what you would do because you'd probably have a little bit of an outdoor living set by the fireplace. You'd probably have outdoor dining somewhere over here, and then what a great yard for a pool. So a lot of clients out here. In fact, we have a closing this week with a client who built from scratch a fully custom, about the same size house, 4,100 square feet. And what's so unique that you can do in this community that you can't in a lot of the master plans is you can actually build your pool while you're building your house. See, when you build out here in High Meadow Estates, typically what you're gonna do is you're actually gonna close on the lot first, and then you're gonna do a construction loan. So you're gonna do a one-time close, and then you can build the pool while the builder is building the house, which is so nice, so that whenever you get your keys, like my clients are gonna get them this week, they can just show up, fill up the pool, and be ready to go for these hot summer days. So how cool is this? Great outdoor space. They've got it fully stubbed out so that you can build an outdoor kitchen over here, which is really good, kind of forward thinking, letting the homeowner pick where they want it. But going ahead and having all those mechanicals run is a smart thing to do because it costs a lot more to do on the backside. So this is what you can opt for if you build custom and you're really wanting one of those nice outdoor living areas. Now, there's a couple things that we walked right by that we didn't show you that I personally think are some of my favorite features in the home. And we're gonna get to that one in a sec. The first thing you notice right when you come into the house is that you've got a home office over here. But before we show you in there, I want you to check out this window. The curb appeal of this house is daunting. In fact, when you pull up from the street, it has one of the prettiest curb appeals I've seen of literally any home ever. One of the benefits of buying out here is there's a little bit of elevation change. And while it is a big factor to consider when you purchase your lot, which we can definitely help walk you through because the cost of dirt work can get really expensive if there's a lot of elevation change, but the final product can be absolutely exquisite. What you'll notice is that this home sits up nice and high. They've got some gorgeous brick retaining walls with flower beds, and all of the landscaping is dialed in. You've got gorgeous trees in the front yards, which is so rare to get. You can only get them whenever you're actually building in an area with these established trees. But this entryway is gorgeous, and this upper window just brings in a lot of natural light, opens up the home, and then you've got these really nice black steel double doors letting in even more light. So it's just very, very inviting, and I love how symmetrical this house is. So right when you come in through the front door, they have this set up as their office. So this is actually where their sales guy offices out of. And one of the things that I love about Harrisburg is the person that you're gonna sit down with to actually design and build your house with is with you every step of the way. You don't just get handed off to the builder. And so Jeff has actually been building homes himself for over 18 years. And so he's a phenomenal resource, and it's a very personal, connected experience when you do sit down to build with Harrisburg. It's a little bit different than some of the other builders operate. It's very much that kind of mom and pop shop custom feel where they're really tailoring everything to your needs. And though there's an example of some of the built-ins that they can do, but this is really one of the coolest statement pieces I have seen in any house, they have a dedicated bourbon room. I mean, the flooring changes when you come in here. This is just a party waiting to happen, and you can close it off. I think it's more for looks than actually sound, but you know, hey, who knows? I think it's a really cool statement piece, and I don't know. They've got their whole bourbon wall over here. Keith is a little bit of a bourbon nerd. I went through a bourbon phase as well, but they've got some really cool empty bottles over here. But I think we talk a lot on our channel about builder relationships, right? And I think a lot of times we're like, hey guys, we've got these great relationships with these builders, but I wanted to put my money where my mouth is. And so what I did is with Harrisburg specifically, I said, hey, what can we do for our clients that are really loyal, that watch our YouTube channel, that do what we always say, that if they're thinking of moving to Houston, they actually reach out to us, they give us that call, they shoot us that text, they send us that email, that are interested in this product. And so just for you guys, if you reach out through us, Harrisburg is actually gonna give an additional, and you cannot get this if you go to them without reaching out to us. You can call them and ask them. They are gonna give you a $5,000 bonus credit in the design center or off of the sales price, just a $5,000 gift for working with us because of our relationship with them. That's how powerful relationships can be in this industry. And so if you like this, or you just wanted to know more about custom building here in this area, reach out to us. We've got a great relationship, not only with this builder, but with a lot of builders. But how cool is that they said, hey, we're gonna go ahead and give you guys an extra $5,000. Maybe you can build out a bourbon wall just like the one that you see here. So a lot of cool features, but I just love that they did this. And check out the green cabinets over there. I mean, that is a little bit loud, and I love it. I think it is great. Now, this house, like I said, it's super symmetrical. It's broken up into two wings. So you've got the master suite over on that side. You've got your other bedrooms coming down over here on this side. Now, it is not fully staged, but just to give you an idea, you could easily fit a queen bed over here. I think a king might be a little bit tight, but you've got tons of light coming in through these windows. And this is what I was talking about. See how elevated we are. I mean, we're way up here in the trees. It's gorgeous. You got the flower beds just outside. And this has a full ensuite. So you have a pretty good sized walk-in closet. That's one area where I feel like builders really, I don't know, cut you short. And so you've got built-ins for your shoes. And check that out. You even have a window off of the front of the house in the closet that really just brings in a lot of light. You got your pocket doors over here. You can slide these closed. I don't know, do you like the pocket doors? Let us know in the comments. Let me know if you like pocket doors or not. I don't see those a ton these days. You've got your single vanity, and then this is your Jack and Jill bathroom. So you got some good built-ins over here. This is gonna be your linen closet, essentially. And I have this exact tile in my laundry room at my house. Now, I love the green. We already talked on the green. A lot of the times builders don't take the tile all the way up to the ceiling. It costs more money, but it is definitely a nice touch. And to have this nice kind of privacy window where it's located up top where you can still see the trees up there and get the light. Keith, show them the trees. I mean, how cool is this that you got the green right here and then right out the window you have the trees. I love that. You got the little built-in, I guess, shelf for your shampoo. And then it connects seamlessly over here to this other vanity area. You got the framed out windows, and then in here is going to be your other closet. So this one's gonna be located in the bathroom. And so this is a really large 3-bedroom home, which is very rare. And whenever I tell you the price, you're probably gonna be like, that's kind of expensive for a 3-bedroom home. Well, keep in mind, this is a custom builder. They don't have set floor plans. You can build whatever you want. They wanted to demonstrate the flexibility of their homes. And so you've got a closet as you come down over here, but this is essentially a flex room. It could be used as an in-law suite, or because it connects seamlessly over to the patio, this could be your little party hangout. This could be your flex space. I personally view this as a great place to host pool parties. You build that pool, you got the outdoor patio, but then you can come in here, you've got a full bathroom, closet, but then they have like a little kitchenette area over here. So this would be a great in-law suite. If you do have your parents that are gonna be moving in with you, plan ahead, build out their own wing of the house where they've got everything that they need. They can be close by, but not too close. So now, if you decided not to have the kitchen in here, you could widen this up a little bit, have a pool table, ping pong table, and really have that, that extra space that I think might be missing in a home that's already this large. One thing that we didn't see in this house is the media room. So based on the bones of this house, I would probably put it up in that attic space that we saw, but I just love the flexibility of this floor plan, having that connection over to the patio. And this could double as a 4th bedroom. You could easily throw a door on up over there. You've got a full-size closet in here, and then check out this shower, Keith. This is one of the coolest shower tiles I've seen. It almost looks It's like a wood look bamboo, but it's tile. So I just think that is absolutely one of the most unique tile patterns that we have seen. How gorgeous is this home? I mean, this front entrance is absolutely insane, and you're probably wondering, what does this exact home cost? Well, as I mentioned, they got all the bells and whistles in this one. I mean, how cool were some of those knickknacks? That little grocery sliding door that connects through to the garage and this oversized back patio and all the little things in here. They add up, they're not free. But you can get this exact home right around $1.7 million, and you don't have to spend that much money to build your custom dream home out here on an acre, acre and a half. In fact, they have some clients with this exact builder that are being a little bit more conservative, but that are building right at the $1 million price point. In fact, some just underneath that. But you can build really nice 4,000 square foot homes in that $1.3, $1.4 million range, and then you can go well over the $2 million price point if you want to add the pool and the metal shop in the back. But the sky's the limits. That's what's so cool about building with these custom builders. And maybe you're like, hey, I know I want to build custom, but I want to explore all of my options and I want to know a little bit more about the area. Well, we've got you covered. We are a one-stop shop. In fact, we've got videos on pretty much everything you can think of. In fact, one of them right here is going to show you the opportunities out here in this neighborhood. And if you want to know more about the area, check out this video on Magnolia and Montgomery, and of course, Lake Conroe. And as always, if you're thinking of moving here, don't be shy. Like we said, you've got a special incentive with this builder that's just for calling us. So give us a call, shoot us a text, send us a quick email. That way we can help you make a smooth move right here to Houston, Texas.